this summer, and Unadilla's 40th anniversary this summer. Okay, folks, there is your lineup at the top of the screen. Gerke is #1 because he was the fastest rider in qualifying. That's right. And Chad Reed, your series points leader and first Moto winner, was only 9th fastest in practice today. Let's go racing in Moto 2. Looks like Short battling on the inside, but it's Brayton on the KTM's going to get the whole shot. Tedesco right there.
And this time, Matt Gerke, the fastest qualifier, is still on two wheels inside the top 10. Oh, somebody's off the bike.
Woo! Side saddle on that thing. That was the 455 of Moraes, who's on the Star Racing ride. Look at these guys battling for position. There's Byrne, and there's Gerke on the inside of Byrne on the blue bike. Gerke trying to make better of what has been a terrible day, at least based on the first moto. Here's Short taking the lead from Justin Brayton and Chad Reed up to third.
Wow, Jason, look how rough the track has gotten. It was a freeway in practice. This section always gets that huge rut going there, huge rut down through here. This is where suspension and chassis setups, having that engine dialed in right, this is where it's all going to count. And for Andrew Short, still looking for the first win this year, this could be the day that he can win this moto. This is a great start.
Brayton was actually second fastest in qualifying today. There he is in the #2 spot here in this moto. Then you got Tedesco on the retro-themed silver Honda in the #4 spot. But let's watch Reed, your series points leader and the first moto winner today at Unadilla, going after Brayton at the #2 spot.
Look how deep. Well, they fixed this section here, so that turn's going to be deep by the end of the moto. But this is one of those sections here you go through the stair steps where the inside outside looks like they've cleaned it up some. You see these guys tripling up here.
And it's a left-hand turn after this. That was a pretty big jump, that triple up, but this is one of the biggest in the entire series. Coming up next, they got to get a drive out of this corner. Upshift, here comes the 114 of Brayton, the sky shot, over 100 feet in distance.
And you see Ivan Tedesco there on the 9, that's the old Elsinore Honda, wearing the Fox retro gear also.
And Tedesco trying to stick to the rear wheel of Reed.
I'm telling you what, even though this gear in the bike looks old, this bike's going a whole lot faster than what it would have 40 years ago. Oh, he makes a mistake.
Oh, and that's the deceptive nature of this track. Look at Byrne going to try to take advantage. They're in that big U-turn down here at the bottom, and they almost come together. Tedesco just able to hold off Burner, who's on the Suzuki, the non-retro themed Suzuki. So yeah, Honda, their first ever pure motocross bike. They called it the Elsinore back in the 70s. It was silver. So that's the motif that Tedesco is riding in. And then you'll see Short, who's out front, is on the 1986 look Honda. But underneath the technology is all 2009. They've got fuel-injected 454 strokes.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot different.
Rear suspension with linkage and the forks and shock and chassis setup is incredible. Back in the days, you would hit every bump, and especially back in the 70s, the bikes had a tendency to really kick you over the bars. And the evolution of the motorcycle, even though some of these riders have tried to prove us wrong today, the evolution, the bike doesn't kick you over the bars as easy and as frequently, but the bikes are a whole lot faster.
Yeah, that's right. So the suspension's better, but they're hitting the bumps a whole lot faster as well. Here is Short on that 1986 styled Honda for Retro Weekend, but he's got Justin Brayton behind him, and Brayton's tough, not letting Short off the hook. There you see the orange machine right there tucked in behind him. Chad Reed in third, and it has been the strategy of Chad Reed all summer long. He waits a few laps, then he starts putting in his charge. And again, we don't know if that's more the other riders get tired and he just keeps the same pace, or does Reed get more comfortable and go faster?
Well, there's no doubt that he's confident in his fitness, confident in his skills. He doesn't get flustered. Even if he's had a moto where he didn't win, he didn't really take it too hard. Okay, he just knew that he could build on that, and that he could be, consistent. First moto, he let the race come to him. Still not exactly happy with his ride, and that's okay, because he went out and won by about 11 seconds. But that's a good thing to have. It's a good problem to have if you're not happy, but you're still winning. But yes. Chad, incredibly focused. Of course, he's been one of the most consistent riders that AMA racing has ever seen. And no doubt that has he's minimized the mistakes this year, and that's why he's the points leader.
Staying right where he needs to be, right behind Brayton and Short, who are battling off the start, Jeff.
Now watch the inside here as the riders come together. Short just gets to the inside. Brayton actually is there first. Watch as they come across the line. See, Short got stood up just a little bit, and across the line is Justin Brayton.
Was your progressive whole shot replay?
One of the lone riders out there on the KTM 450.
Right.
And at second fastest qualifier today, Brayton really has adapted to this track well and adapted to the bigger bike. The last few years, he's been riding the lights bikes, for KTM and some various teams, but he really has found a home there.
Man, I thought Reed found a home there on the inside. Thought he was going to use it to make the pass, but Brayton just able to shut the door. Brayton had kind of an odd route to this level. Cut his teeth racing arena cross. That's in hockey and baseball size arena, smaller than Supercross. Then worked his way up to Supercross, and now seems to have the outdoor game pretty well dialed in as he battles with Chad Reed for second.
Well, as you can see, Reed right here, some of these sections, he's been tiptoeing around. And look at the alternate lines that he's trying. He's just squaring them up back and forth. This is where, as this track developed, we're really getting the true taste of Unadilla. The essence of the track. See Reed way out wide, trying to miss the roost here. Going back and forth, inside, outside. And Brayton riding a spectacular race so far, just staying in the groove, sweeping his corners nicely right here, staying in the inside, finding a little cushion, not squaring stuff up, not getting too crazy, trying to hold it inside, but just rolling through the turns, and that's really what it's going to take to win the Moto here today.
Well, he's getting the true taste of it, literally, because the roost here just ricochets off, and it's almost 50% rock in this soil here, so that stuff hurts. Right now, Andrew Short is the one roosting them all. He's in the lead. Brayton trying to hold off Reed, Tedesco, and Byrne. Stay with us. We're just getting underway here on Speed. Unadilla, another great battle on hand. This legendary racetrack has been hosting them for 40 years. Chad Reed bulldogging his way past Justin Brayton to get to the number 2 spot. Now Reed tries to set sail and go after Andrew Short. Reed with the retro-themed helmet, styled after Mark Barnett, who was Suzuki's superstar back in the early 1980s, and actually builds practice tracks for Chad Reed now. So Reed paying homage and going after Short, who's in the lead.
Well, that's quite the tribute, and he's earned it. Mark Barnett was an incredible rider. He put on some incredible charges, just like Chad Reed is doing now. He's trying to chase down Andrew Short out front. We've got Ivan Tedesco sitting back and forth, who really has put on a good moto here so far. Still, Brayton setting in between, and this is the top 4 riders are about 3.5 seconds apart, and then just behind them, Michael Byrne rounds out the top 5. So a very close top 10 that we have going right now.
Yeah, this is a battle. I mean, the top 4 make one mistake, and it's going to completely get reversed. Take us to the pass. Reed getting around Brayton.
Watch this as you come out of the tree section. Reed just really hammers the throttle, gets to the inside, and tries to get in there. Brayton knew that the pass was already done. He wasn't going to do anything too crazy, but Reed, it was coming out of that tree section. He really just hammered it and took the position there. Now you look, Reed also just, see how he's trying to stay out of the roost there? Just hug that real tight. The bikes are just bouncing all around. It's really hard to ride a perfect line here, and you're not going to hit the same line each lap. You're going to try to, but the thing is that you have to let go of being perfect. Andrew Short is a rider that likes to ride perfect laps. Okay, Reed letting the Suzuki go underneath of him just a little bit right now. And Andrew Short.
Oh, Gerke, more trouble for the 34. And now he's got some repeater banners stuck in his bike. So a terrible debut for the factory Yamaha team. The good news is they've already said they're going to keep Gerke on through the end of the season. So he's got 3 more races to try to make good on that factory bike. 2 factory riders duking it out right now. Reed looks like he's ready to do war with Short. That means he's going to eat rocks and roost. That means he doesn't want to be behind him for too long, and he's not. Here we go. Reed on the outside, fastest part of the racetrack.
Let's see what Short can do if he can block his line. Reed squares him up.
Oh, Short cuts back in front and holds on to lead. Reed's going to dial in the inside again, and Short chops the line away. Great riding by Andrew Short to hold the lead from the 22.
Classic Unadilla, inside, outside. Reed's trying everything he can do to get by. Can he triple up? If he can, he's going to fly by.
Reed does fly by. He takes the lead in spectacular fashion. The Thor Parks Limited people on the side are pumped. Their boys in the lead. Now can Short fight back? We're headed to that big sky shot. Check this out, folks. Yeah, Reed airs out, pulls a tear off. Same thing with Short. Let's see if the 29 can run with the 22. Like we said, this has been Reed's strategy all summer long. The first 5 or 10 minutes, he lets everybody else be a hero. But then he starts putting the hammer down. That's exactly what he did here with Short.
Yeah, now he sets this up by applying the pressure a couple turns earlier, and Short's line is on the inside, Reed's on the outside, and just triples up. It's amazing that Short is not using that line because it is clearly, 4 or 5 bike lengths faster through that outside. But a rider gets into the groove that they like, maybe trying to protect the inside. But Reed just hammered down and carried the momentum.
And now is that what you're talking about, Jeff?